Sometimes the loudest truths are often the ones most found in silence. I just finished On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Vuong, and it's safe to say that this novel has some of the most beautifully written poetic prose that I've encountered yet this year. This novel is set from the perspective of our main character, who goes by the name of Little Dog, who writes a letter to his mother. And while generational trauma is at the epicenter of this novel, the story mostly follows Little Dog, his poverty-stricken love interest Trevor, and his Vietnamese mother, who suffered irreparable damage from the Vietnam War. And while this novel does a phenomenal job exploring Little Dog's formative teenage years through the lenses of race, class, sexuality, and identity, what's most important at its core is the absence of language and how it's used as a communication tool to either hinder or promote the individual character's autonomy. If you think about language as a piece of division rather than unity, you can start to see some similar themes across these characters. We first start to see the absence of language within Little Dog's relationship with Trevor. As you can imagine, Trevor is a lower class white male living in the rural side of the working class of America. In conjunction to language, Trevor simply does not have the ability to articulate himself properly within the frameworks of his own sexuality. Little Dog's mother is not only going through trauma from the war, she's also experiencing a cultural shift. She now has to live within a society where body language and minimized communication is an effective tool for survival. And Little Dog now has to do a lot of caretaking, which really inverts the parent-child structure. Little Dog knows that his mother is illiterate in both English and Vietnamese, so even if he wanted to share this letter with her, he knows that she would never be able to read it, forever residing in the liminal space of silence. And I'll tell you something, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of this novel, because its own prose creates restrictions for the reader within their own subjective experience. And that is on the beauty of language and what Vuong is so effectively able to do in this novel. And while there were some pacing issues and places where I felt the novel could have been restructured, this is an absolute profound piece of literature. I gave it 4.5 stars, and if you have this on your TBR, I would highly encourage you to move it up.